Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a very special product I'm going to be showing you, and the reason I call it special is because I don't really do many of these, shall I say, products on this channel. And the company contacted me and I wasn't going to accept it because many of you guys will probably realize when I show you it that I've never really done many of this brand. And that's probably because I actually thought that this brand would be like all the others and I didn't want the same thing constantly over again to show you guys. But after reading and watching a lot of videos of other people using this, I thought, you know what, let them actually send it to me because it is actually really good for the price. And I thought I will go ahead and review this for them because everyone's going crazy mad about this at the moment because of the price of it and what it can do. And if you don't believe me, you'll be able to go and find on other videos when you run the search on it and see what I'm talking about. So I thought I'd get them to send it to me. So the company sent it to me and they asked me to review it for them and actually begged me to basically review it for them because they wanted me to actually get this device out. And I get their reason for that because it's an absolutely brilliant device and I myself have been using it and I find it really good, really good for the price you pay for it. Is a really good product. So I ain't gonna talk anymore. Let's get onto this video and I'll show you what this product is.
What? Goddamn, get it done, will ya? Woo! When I blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in these rhymes, cause his memories. We running through New York, so you know.
Okay guys, so the product we've actually got that we're gonna be showing and reviewing today is this. Many of you guys will see it as just a brown box, but this is a launch product. Now, many of you on my channel are absolutely crazy about launch products and always say to go and buy them. And this is one of the reasons why I chose to do this review, because many of you always tell me, try launch, have you got launch? Have you seen this one? Have you seen that one? That's purely the reason why I told them to send this to me. Now, before they sent it to me, I checked the model and there's been a huge craze on YouTube regarding this particular model because of the price and because of what it can do. And that was one of the reasons why I chose to actually do this. Now, as I said to you guys, I don't really want to be promoting scan tools. I don't like doing that. I prefer to get on my other simple BMW videos. But when a good scan tool comes up, the first thing I do when they ask to send it to me is I review it. I look it on YouTube. I see if it's been done. I see if people are talking about it. I see if people are actually using it, and then I'll bring it to you. And this is why I chose to review this today on the channel. So we're going to go ahead, unbox it, and then I'm going to plug it up to one of the cars and I'll show you all the options it can actually do and all the functions, and we'll go through all the options and functions so you guys can get a drift of why this scan tool at the moment is probably the best seller at the moment on Amazon, and people are going crazy for it because of everything it can actually do, which I'll show you in a sec. So let's get over to the bench, unbox it, and I'll show you what's inside. So here it is guys, this is the scan tool I was sent, and as you can see it's got no model number on it, but many guys will probably be able to make out already what one this is. Many of you might already have this scan tool. And believe me, I'm not here to try and sell you this product because I don't care if you guys have already got it. I'm here to review it based on what my thoughts are in case you do have it already and you haven't really used every function in it, or you're planning to buy it. That's what my job is to do. My job isn't to sell the product. Like I say, I have been using this one. And if you guys remember, I was always using my AutoFix, but now I'm actually been using this one. And this was sent to me 2 weeks ago. I did say to them to give me time with the device, let me use it, let me find out all its features and functions, because it was my first launch scan tool, never used it before, but I have got used to all the functions, so we will be using it and I'll show you what this thing can actually do. So let's unbox it. So let's just get it out the box here. And you'll see right there, it comes in a hard black plastic case, which is very good straight out the box because it protects the scan tool. So if it was to drop, it ain't gonna destroy it. You can leave this sitting wherever you want, throw it in the boot of your car, throw it in the car. It's not gonna break it very easily because it's in this hard back plastic case. So we're gonna pop it open and you'll see quickly inside, scan tool's there. You've got a case here which looks all professional, like you'll get with all your OBD connectors for other cars if you was to buy a more professional scan tool. When you open it up, very simple, you've got all your instructions in there. So you've got your launch instructions, which come in the box. You've also got all your leads. So in here, you've got your OBD cable, which you can see I've been using. You've got all your plugs as well to be able to charge the scan tool. And it comes really well prepped. You can see here, this is the scan tool in question we're going to be reviewing. You can see, if I just take it out the box, it's a Launch Crp919E. And if you can see, it's got a stand on it, so you can actually pull it on the steering wheel and leave it up there to be able to diagnose the cars, or you can just sit it down just like that. If you really wanted to, it's got a camera function on it. That's where you'll plug your OBD port in. That's a USB-C, that's your on-off button. It's got a very nice rugged grip. So if you drop it, it's only gonna bounce, it's not gonna smash the screen. You've got all your buttons here to be able to use when you're diagnosing. It's actually a really, really good scan tool. Now, I know many people have been reviewing this, and to be honest, I've had this, like I said, 2 weeks already. And the reason I didn't review it is because I didn't want to do a small review where a lot of people are just getting it and then just reviewing it straight away. I wanted time with this, especially because it was my first product that I've received from them. So therefore, I wanted to be able to see all the functions it can actually do before bringing it on a video. So now you see the scan tool, we can just turn it on just like that. And if you'll see there, it's now turning on. I will say one thing for this scan tool company is when I got this is the first scan tool I've ever got that's been fully charged from the factory. Every other scan tool I have received has always been dead upon arrival and I've always had to charge them. I got straight to work being able to use this. All I had to do was do all the upgrades. I didn't have to make an account. I didn't have to do any of that long stuff like I have to do on other scan tools. And I got straight to work immediately just with clicking the upgrades on all the different softwares, and all the functions took about an hour. But you can see here, it's a very, very nice layout. This is still the same battery power from when I got it. It come on 100%, and that just shows you how good the battery life is. I am going to discuss something that I found really, really incredible on this scan tool in a minute. And this is one of the reasons why I think this company alone, Launch, are going to change the car industry forever for this, because a lot of scan tools really should have invested in doing this on their tools way before distributing scan tools out, because this is a must-have feature, and Launch have actually put it on their scan tool. And I was so surprised when I saw it. I couldn't actually believe my eyes, because I've never seen a scan tool do that, and I thought it was a really, really good feature to have. So what we'll go ahead and do now is move on to the car, and I'll show you all the features and functions this thing can do. So guys, I think it's only fair, before we move over to the car and do the diagnostics, I think it's only fair that I show you all the things it can actually do. So on here, you've got obviously battery voltage, so you can check the battery voltage on your actual car while the OBD port is actually plugged in. So that's a really, really good feature, and it works. You've also got upgrades, so the upgrade will be all your updates when you first get this. You're gonna have to do them. There is a lot of them. You've also got all your reset functions. So if you can see here, I'll just go slowly. Obviously, I'm not gonna read them all out. You've got every single reset function you're ever gonna need on this Launch scanner. Many of you always ask me, can a scan tool do this? Can a scan tool do that? You can see every single reset procedure on this scan tool, so you can see it can do everything you're ever gonna need to do. Now, as I said, I haven't come across anything this scan tool hasn't been able to do yet. The only thing it can't do is programming and coding, but obviously for the price, when I tell you the price of it, you're gonna expect it can't do that. Now, it is bi-directional. If many of you guys are gonna ask, is this a bi-directional scan tool? It is. It is bi-directional. It just doesn't do coding and programming or key programming. But when you, like I said, when you hear the price, you understand why it doesn't do that. But for what it can do, it is worth the price. And like I say, it is a Launch product, so it is very, very well made. The UI is very, very nice. As I said, I've never really used a Launch product, but their UI is absolutely fantastic. I'm used to too much of using Handheld and TOPDON. So now to use this is like coming to a whole new world. But like I said, you've seen all the reset functions. It can do basically everything. It's got 25 or I think 28 reset functions on there. And I think you can buy more from the mall if you do need it. But you know, you just need to buy what you're gonna need at a time and not buy it just to have it on there. Also, you've got enough memory on this, because I managed to download every single car manufacturer, every single update without having to delete, and only have specific ones like other scan tools that don't allow you. Like for instance, the one I previously reviewed, they don't allow you to have every car manufacturer. This one actually does. And if you click diagnose, you'll see all the manufacturers right there as well, which you can be able to diagnose. We've got every single one in there, even trucks, vans, you name it, it's all there. Everything's there. You've also got an auto detect function, which we are going to be using right now on one of the cars, so we can show you how this tool operates. Okay guys, so we have got this connected up to the Porsche today, because the M5, many of you guys probably remember, I did do already a reset with doing the battery procedure. So there was really no need to actually plug this up, because you're going to see the same thing as you always see. So I thought we'll do one on this car. So if you notice, the first thing about this scan tool that I really, really like when I plugged it up is this. You can see right there, plugging in the OBD port takes the power and charges your scan tool. So that is a really, really good feature that many scan tool companies should really, really invest in. Do you know how handy that is and how many times many people plug up a scan tool and it runs out of power, or you've got to have a power lead connected to the plug socket in order to use it if your battery runs low? This is a must-have feature alone to have on this scan tool, because that is really, really good. And bearing in mind, this is the first time I've seen a launch product do that, so do correct me if I'm wrong and tell me if they've been doing this for a long time, but it's the first time I've ever seen this on a scan tool, and I cannot believe my eyes. When I first saw that, I was actually impressed and in shock, because someone actually thought about what they were doing, thinking of the customer, thinking of you, where if you're using your scan tool, the last thing you would want is it to die, especially if you was coding and programming. Luckily this one don't do that, but there's a lot of times when people are using a laptop or a scan tool, coding or programming, and the scan tool will just completely die and then brick all the modules on the car. But this is an incredible feature to have. You can continue what you're doing, and it's taking power from the OBD to actually charge this scan tool up. That is one feature alone is worth buying this product for. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is click diagnose, auto detect, and you can hear all the noises it's giving right there, which it did right there, and you heard it just ping. And now we'll do processing. Please wait. So what it's going to do now is go to diagnostics, and we'll see how fast this thing can actually diagnose. Now I know this one does take a bit of time depending on the car. If you've got a car with a lot more modules, then it's going to take longer. You can see here it's already scanned it after detecting the VIN, and we've got fault codes in this car. Again, where it's been sleeping, I don't really use this that much. But you can see here it's going to give us all other fault codes as well. So it's scanning quite quickly on this car. That's why I did choose to use it on this one, because if we did it on the BM, I believe it would have took a long time, probably at least 40-45 minutes, because it's got a lot more modules than what this has. But you can see here scanning it, and when it finishes I'll show you all the functions it can do. So you can see there. So look at that, guys. It gives you like a thing you can print off if you really wanted to, and you could print this off and give it to your clients if you really wanted to. If you've got a client, you work in a garage, you could actually print off this diagnostic report for them and show them what's actually wrong if they didn't believe you. So that's a really good thing. And you've got a share button right there. If you connect to the internet, you can actually share it. So now we can go into here and you can see cruise control, which I'm going to have to take off the coding on that. We've also got fuel tank ventilation system, got communication with gateway, and I think that's because of the cruise control. Stopwatch, again, because of the cruise control. Filler flap actuating element, cruise control, lever Forte, door entry light, left front fog light, left brake light. We've got quite a few faults, which we'll go ahead and just clear them. Let's see if they clear. We'll just try and clear them. And as you can see, there seems to be coming up with no faults. Most of them as well, guys, are because Porsche has their own sleep mode. So when the car's handles or the locks ain't actuated for a long time, which this one hasn't been, the doors will lock and it will put the car to sleep completely. So your key won't even work. You have to touch the door handle to wake the car up. That's just how Porsches are. So we've got them right there. We can go back now, and I believe we can do, if we just click on Porsche itself, that's to read it quickly. If we just find Porsche on here, we can do that. We go to Porsche there, click OK. You can see the software version, which I've recently installed. It will give you all new information. So the updates on this as well, guys, is 2 years free. So you do get 2 years free updates on this scan tool as well. Now, many of you are wanting to know the price. The price of this scan tool is $400. And yes, I'm not joking with you. You can buy this scan tool for $400. Now, if you can see, we've got online function, immobilizer function. If we click online function, you've got online coding. So it can do coding for Porsche, and I believe it can do online coding for BMW. So for instance, I can actually go into this and get rid of all that cruise control errors that are giving me a load of errors on my car, which I will do probably on another video showing you how to do that. So it can do online coding, so that's one good thing. I don't think it can do programming, but it can do coding. Now let's see about the special functions it's got. Let's see all the special functions, which will be all your bi-directional stuff you can do on this scan tool. Just waiting for it to process. So you've got reset service, tech wheel ODS, bleed the brake, steering angle learning. Immobilizer function, let's see there, download or update the UnmoProg software. So I'd have to download that first. And if we run an automatically search, we can do that. Now we can do system selection. And if we go to here, digital motor electronics, should be able to do a load of things bi-directional. So you can see there, we can. So we've got control unit replacement, we've got actuation test, we've got drive links, power on ECU reset. We've got a load of different stuff there. Read fault codes, read data stream, brush hidden, modified. And if we go into the instrument cluster, let's see what we can do here. Actuation test. Again, you can see all the stuff you can control. So this is fully bi-directional, guys. It's a fully bi-directional scanner. It can do everything you need. You just saw I can do the service reset on this scanner. I can do everything I want to with this scanner. There's all the options on the push I can get and that I can do. As I said to you, you can code with it, which is something I wasn't aware you could do because I never got that far of it. I've only ever used the auto detection to be able to pick up codes. And like I say, it worked absolutely brilliantly out of the box. As soon as you plug the OBD lead in, it straight away starts reading the VIN and automatically does it for you. So we have got online coding. Let's just see what it does. So no such function. VO installation or retrofitting. Let's see if we got anything on that. See if we got the cruise control on there. And you can see, guys, well, the battery level's going up while I'm doing this. So it didn't give me no function, which I'm quite surprised at. So like I said, guys, that's what I mean. I'm not sure if it actually works. I mean, I don't know if it's something they're bringing out. I know it does say coding on their advert for this, and I know they did tell me it can code, but who knows. So if you do want to access them features, you are going to have to come into your manufacturer and do that. Auto detect isn't going to do that. Auto detect is just going to give you like a kind of invoice to give a customer or to print yourself off to show the fault codes. But if you want to do a full diagnostic, be able to look through the codes properly, you will have to access it via the manufacturer. The scan tool is a brilliant piece of kit, and you've seen what it can do. It can do everything you need to. It's a fully blown scan tool for $400. I think the price is absolutely unbelievable. Probably the best scan tool you're going to get on the market today for $400. One that can do it all, and this one is absolutely phenomenal. If you don't have this scan tool already, I do recommend to go and buy it. And if you are looking for a scan tool that can do it, this is probably the one. Now, do remember, guys, this is only $400. It ain't going to do your key programming. It ain't going to do programming, coding. We're still not sure about it yet because I did try and access it and it wouldn't let me. Bear in mind, it's $400. All the time, you guys always ask me, what is a good scan tool? And a scan tool to me only requires two things: price and usability. And obviously, its functions. You have to bear that in mind. For what many of you guys always message me all the time for, this is worth the price. If you're looking for a scan tool, you want to treat yourself to this scan tool. This one is by far probably the best scan tool I've used today, and it just looks so nice. Even all the buttons here, just check this, guys. Look, you can go home, you can press OK, you can move around with these functions if you need to. Look at that. You can see it on the screen that I'm moving around. You can use that and just press that and go back, or you press home, go into the reset function again, and just press OK, you can go there. That's exactly what I mean. You know, there's so many different things, and just this alone is just cool to have, where it charges the battery on the scan tool while you're actually in use of it. And did you know how good that is? Providing you've got a voltage stabilizer on your car, whether it be coding and programming, and you've got this charging, you have no reason to ever run out of power on any of the things that you're using doing coding and programming. And that is such a good safety feature, and I must give Launch credit for actually fitting that, because this scan tool just blows my mind. And why ain't other scan tool manufacturers thought of anything like this before to do that? It's such a brilliant thing. As I said, guys, do let me know if this is something Launch does on all their products, but it's the first time I've ever seen it, and you guys know how many tools I review. I've never seen something like this. This is absolutely brilliant and perfect, and maybe all these other scan tool companies, instead of going to Bluetooth, should go back to a cable like this for charging purposes. Okay guys, so as you've seen there, I've now reviewed this Launch scan tool, the Crp919E. Now, as I said to you, I am very, very surprised by this. And do you know what? I'm actually glad I actually reviewed it, and I'm glad Launch actually sent this to me, because I'm really, really proud to actually be reviewing this. To be honest, this is the first scan tool I've actually used that I've actually thought about the customer. That being able to charge the scan tool while you're using it on the car is like an incredible, incredible feature. You don't realize how many times, how many people I know plug in the scan tool to the car when they're in a hurry to diagnose, and next thing the battery goes flat, and they're like, you know, crap, what do they do now? Have to wait all that time? Or it could be really dangerous, and you could be programming a car and the battery goes flat on your scan tool, and you really don't want that. Launch have really, really thought about the customer in mind when they've actually made this scan tool. And you know what? They actually made a smaller version of their actual bigger scan tool, which is their more expensive one. And you know what? If they actually wanted to, they probably could actually bring programming and coding to the scan tool. I do know it codes, but I'm not sure on what they state, what it can and can't code. That's something we'll have to wait and find out when Launch decide to actually either pull it out or put a new update out. but I'm looking forward to it because now this is going to be my go-to scan tool because of the fact of what they provide and the usability, how just nice it is. It's just got a nice feel to it. It feels professional. Many of the other scan tools just feel cheap, tacky, like they've been rushed and made. This doesn't, you know? So if you are looking to buy this product, guys, it will be pinned in my comment box below. It will also be in my description box. This product was sent to me by Launch, and I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this review from them. I've really, really enjoyed this device. And as I said, go and check it out, guys. Go and buy it and go and watch more videos if you want to be sure of it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.